Hello, my name is Abigail, and on this channel I talk about books and things that I'm passionate about, and right now that happens to be my weekend, last weekend, when I was in Nashville for the Wild Hearts event. So I'm going to just give you a little bit of background information, and then I'm going to send you into the vlog, and then I'll come back and do my conclusion. For this Wild Hearts event, there were a total of 8 attending authors, and the concept was that you have like the book portion in the morning, and there was a book panel, and then we got to do meet and greets, and then we all came back for the actual PBR. And let me tell you, if there was any person on the planet that this is for, it's me, because I have been watching bull riding for about a year. The PBR specifically mostly is what I watch. I'm sure there's hundreds of others that I'm missing out on, but the PBR is one that I just found one day on the internet, and I just never stopped watching it. So the concept of the PBR, something I already enjoy, cowboy romance, something I already enjoy, coming together, like this event, if it was for anyone, it was for me. And so I was really excited, and I feel like I had to talk my husband into it a little bit, but ultimately we did in fact go. And of the attending authors, I set my goal on reading something from everyone, and some of that I was very successful. I will say that of the books that of the authors that were attending, I had only read from a couple of them. A lot of them I actually had on my shelf anyway, and so it wasn't like a huge expense, but my goal was to read the featured book or series from each author that was attending. And some of them, like I said, I had read before. A lot of them were already on my shelf, but primarily my goal was to read at minimum the featured book from each author. With your ticket to the event, you were able to select one of those authors' featured books included with your ticket. So my goal was to read all of those, and then the series that follows it. So we'll go ahead and just start talking about the authors that were in attendance and the books that I read for it, and maybe the books that I missed. So starting off with Corinne Michaels, this was actually the first book that I read purposely for this event. I actually had it out on pre-order prior to learning of this event, so I was pretty excited when one thing that I already wanted to read, I got the opportunity to read it and prioritize it for the event. This is called West of Forever by Corinne Michaels, and the concept of this is sort of like Hatfields and McCoys. So you've got Tristan, who is a single dad, and he is at the Stone Ranch, and then you have our female main character, who I can't find here, Lark, and she is on the opposing ranch. And so it's sort of like them, enemies to lovers, Hatfields, McCoys. Very cute. I enjoyed this quite a bit. I believe that I gave this 4 stars. I did read it physically, but I also was able to read a little bit of it on my Kindle, because I've been really enjoying reading books on Kindle lately. If I'm not reading them on audio, I enjoy my Kindle quite a bit, because it feels like I can go faster, because my font is very large, so it feels like I'm just constantly turning pages, which in turn makes me read faster, but I digress. So this one I gave a 4 stars for. The next book that I read purposefully for this event was Sovereign, and this is by Raya Morris Edwards. I really loved it. I loved it so much so, in fact, that I read the 1.5, which was, I think, Redbird, and then I read book 2, and I read 2.5, and then I read 3, and then I read 3.25 and 3.5, and then I read 4, and then I read 4.5. So I read all 4 that are currently out by this author. Now, at the time that this event was announced, I already had Sovereign on my shelf, so once I enjoyed that one, I read it for the event. I finished it, and then I promptly ordered the other 3. Now I am very much looking forward to Jack, which is set to come out in January of 2027, which is going to be the 5th and final book for this series. All of these, except for one, I think got 4 stars. One of them got 3 stars, I think. I just don't remember which one. Next, I read some books that were also on my TBR. I think I actually had pre-ordered these, so never read them, but I pre-ordered them. And I read all of these by Victoria Wilder, and that is, I think we start with Bourbon and Proof, do we? No, I think it's Bourbon and Lies. I actually don't remember. No. Yes. Okay. So it's Bourbon and Lies, which is, so all three of these guys, they're brothers, and they own Fox Brothers Bourbon. And this, it's set in Fiasco, Kentucky. And then this is about that guy, which his name is escaping me. But the girl's name is Lainey. But this is one of the brothers. And then this is the second one. This is Faye, and this is sort of enemies to lovers. This is also sort of enemies to lovers. They're all sort of, this one's friends to lovers, so that's something different. And then this one is Hadley, and Hadley is throughout all three of them, and their sort of tension boils over into, you know, the other two books, and then ultimately concludes in this one. I believe I gave all of these 4 stars as well. And then the next things that I picked up, I found these ones on audio. These are the Runaway Ranch series by Ava Hunter. I got the alternate covers because I didn't like the real people on my books. If they're going to be a couple on the cover, I like for them to be like illustrated or cartoon. I don't like real men on my covers. So I picked the alternate covers. These are some that I read specifically for this event that I had no idea about prior to. And I honestly almost skipped these just because of the cover. I was like, I don't want to own the cover with the men on it. I didn't like them. So I almost skipped them. So glad I did a little bit of research and found the alternate covers. Now, of course, it's been announced that they are being traditionally published, and I like those covers significantly more than all of the covers, so that's unfortunate. And I'm really, really trying to get out of the habit of purchasing more than one copy of a book, so I likely won't purchase those books. So I'll just be happy with the ones that I have, which are Tame the Heart, and then next up is Rope the Moon. Yep, Rope the Moon, and then Burn the Wild, and then Ride the Sky. So these are, once again, all brothers that live on the Runaway Ranch, and they individually find love. This one is a city girl, comes to town, and she's just sort of traveling. She's got a heart condition, and she wants to travel the world and not really let her heart condition hold her back. She ends up doing some social media work for the ranch, and so they fall in love with Charlie and what's her name? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I'm terrible at this. But I really like this one. That one I think got a 4 star. And then this one was Davis. And this one is, I think this is the one, yeah, so he's ex-military. And they're friends to lovers, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so they were friends, unrequited love sort of thing. And then she comes back into town pregnant with another man's baby. And anyways, I really like this one. And then the third one, I wasn't certain was going to be my thing because it's about a country music star, and I don't really like famous people books, but apparently I like them enough to continue to purchase them and read them. So this one was about a country music singer, and she's sent to sort of deal with some things and get away from her current publicity issue. And so she ends up going to Runaway Ranch, where everyone goes to run away, and then she falls in love with one of the brothers, and this one is Ford. And then the final one, and this one I didn't actually read prior to the event. I ended up reading it after because, like I said, I found these all on audio, and this one came out the Tuesday after I had gotten back, so I basically waited to be able to consume it the same way that I had consumed the other 3. And this one is about Wyatt, and this is obviously the brother of all of these, but the female main character is the sister of the second book, and she goes off and becomes a bull rider. And had I really looked into that, I think I would have read this before I went to the event, but I digress. I enjoyed this one. They were all at least a 3 star for me. I think that I loved the first one the most. Next up, I had seen these books around, and then I ended up picking them up because of the event. This is I don't even know what this series would be called. I'm getting them mixed up because I've read a ton of cowboy romance lately, but this one is about a girl who goes to a town in Tennessee, I believe, to attempt to sort of get through what she's currently going through, which is a breakup. And so she ends up hanging out with the guy at a bar, and they have a multiple night stand, and then she goes back, and then all of a sudden he is at the farm their ranch, the father's ranch, and they have to work together. And then the next one is the foreman of the ranch and the younger sister. And then the middle sister is recently divorced, and her ex is a piece of shit, and her childhood sweetheart comes back into town, and he's got a kid and he's got some explaining to do. And ultimately, I think this was the whole series works really well together. So I'm interested to see where the the fourth book in sort of a separate universe, separate series, same universe, I believe. I'm interested to see where that one goes. But this one was by Amber Palmer. Next up, we have Holly Renee, and this is Small Town Smoke Show, and the first one is Cowboy Casual. I have had these on my shelf and on my radar for some time, so when I learned that I would be able to prioritize them specifically for this event, I was quite excited, much the same way I felt for the ones that I already kind of knew about. I was excited to learn about the new ones, but I was less excited because I already own these, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? But I was really excited to get into these. I think that this one is probably of the two my favorite. So this one is about our main character Blair. She goes to sort of leaves her hometown, and she ends up coming back because her ex is a piece of shit. And so she comes back to her town and sort of falls in with her childhood sweetheart. And then with the second one, she ended up coming to his town. By the way, they are in fact brothers, which is a theme. The third one is coming out, and it's their third brother. So I'm pretty excited about McCoy's book. But this one is his ex is her sister, so it's really complex. It's really complicated. But if I had to choose, this one was my favorite. I am looking forward to McCoy's book, but this one was not bad as well. This is 4 stars. This was 3 stars. And then you may be saying, well, that's 6. Where's the other 2? I've got them for you. The 7th author that was in attendance, Luna Mason. I picked this as one of my books with my ticket because, like I said, I drive my husband. So I got his book. I got his little tickets for the meet and greets. So really, honestly, pro tip, bring your husband to these things, bring your boyfriend. Even if he's not wanting to go, you get double and you get to share the experience with him. 10 out of 10 would recommend. So this is one of the ones that I picked for my ticket, and so I listened to it on audio. So I didn't own this one physically quite yet. This is, however, a very stunning cover, and I'm glad that I got it this way and not through Amazon because I didn't like that cover very much. But this one, I think, was my favorite of this entire thing, and it is Cowboy Mafia. So good. Incredible. 11 out of 10. Loved this one so much. So this one, like I said, didn't own it yet. And then the next author that was in attendance was Ann Einerson. And Ann Einerson is somebody that I had read from in the past. I read If You Give a Single Dad a Nanny back in the day, and I really liked it. So I didn't, unfortunately, prioritize Ann Einerson because I had already read from her. And my goal was to read from everybody at least one book. And then if I could do further. So because I had already read from Ann Einerson and the options were very limited, there's not an audiobook for this one, but there was an audiobook for literally everything else. So I was able to read it physically if I wanted, or audio if I wanted. I had no choice but to read this one physically. And because of that, she kind of fell to the wayside. But I have since started this and enjoyed, I think I'm like 50% of the way through it. But again, I didn't own this at the time. I was doing it on my Kindle. So now I'm going to send you into the actual Nashville vlog. Quick side note, whenever I go out of town, I like to try and read books that take place in that area. So I had selected a couple books from Nashville area. So this is She's My Kind of Rain, and I'll talk about it throughout the book a little bit. So I just didn't want to leave you hanging with these books that I'm about to mention here. So She's My Kind of Rain, I found this one, I don't even know how, but it's set in Nashville. It's set in the 2000s, which was so fun, by the way. I ended up enjoying this one quite a bit, but I'll leave that for the recap. And then the next book that I picked for Nashville, actually the reason that I read She's My Kind of Rain is so that I could read Storm Warning, which I actually didn't end up completing. Oopsie daisies. And then I had Truth or Beard, which is also set in Nashville. And then It's One of Us, by JT Ellison. I ended up listening to this one on audio primarily, but you'll hear me talk about all 4 of these throughout, and I just didn't want you lost. Okay, now we're sending you to the Nashville vlog. Good morning. It's Monday. I don't know what day of the year, month, whatever. It's the 10th. I do know what day it is. Anyways, it's Monday the 10th. This is Monday before Nashville, which means I'm supposed to start getting up early and going to work early so that I can cut the amount of hours that I'm going to be missing by going to Nashville on Thursday, so that I can make up time so I don't have to use as much PTO. My alarms have been going off for an hour and I haven't gotten up yet, so I'm supposed to leave in less than 15 minutes. Good start. I have to be honest, I feel like I yada the hell out of getting up this morning and getting ready. I left 15 minutes later than I intended to leave. And I feel like I was only actually getting ready for about 15 minutes. I filmed that clip of me like still in bed. I filmed that at 5:45 in the morning. And I wanted to leave by 6. I left at 6:15. I only washed my face, put my clothes on, grabbed a thing of macaroni and cheese. I half-assed the fuck out of my skincare. And I can feel it already. The hell did I do for 30 minutes to be this behind? Look, it's going to be a long week. It's going to be a good week. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be a great week. Towards the end. But it's going to be a long week. So I'm getting to work as early as I can. Right now it says I'll be there at 6:55. That's without stopping for coffee, which you know I'm about to do. So I need to get there and I need to set a priority list for work so that I can somehow complete a week's worth of work in less than 4 days. I'm not even going to make 38 hours this week. I'm leaving halfway through the day on Thursday. I'm trying to do 9.5 today, 9.5 tomorrow, and 9.5 on Wednesday. Going in at 7 Monday through Thursday. Leaving at 5 Monday through Wednesday, and then on Thursday, if I hit 5 hours, that's when I have to take a break. But if my husband is going to be later than 5 hours, like if he's getting off at 2, or if he's going to be home at 2, I'm not going to get off at 2. Like, that's just dumb. So we're going to play it by ear, see how his week goes, because he's trying to do longer shifts too, to try and make up time. So we'll see. I don't know exactly what time I'm leaving on Thursday. My hair is a mess. I did not do anything to my hair. I feel like I spent like 5 minutes just looking in the mirror, talking myself into getting ready. And I know I spent like an extra 5 to 10 minutes in bed convincing myself to get up. And it's not like packing my lunch took very long. I don't have anything to pack. I didn't buy any salads. Didn't buy any special lunches. Didn't make anything. Usually I go into the week with lunch. I half-assed everything this week. At least I had fun last week. Also, at some point this week, I'm going to be redoing my nails, even though I just did them for Dragon Mouth. So peep the nails. Oh, you can't even see them. So don't peep them. Don't peep my nails. I'll show you later in the daylight. Anyways, right now it says if I don't stop for coffee, I'll be there at 6:50. So I should be there for 7. I should be able to start my day early, get my life together, and go from there. My plan is, so I work where I am responsible for telling patients what time to arrive to the hospital. That's part of my job. And I need to be able to tell my patients for all the way up until Tuesday this week. So I'm thinking on Thursday I tell my patients for Tuesday and Monday, and then I'm thinking on Wednesday I tell them for Thursday and Friday, and and then I just tell them regular for today and regular for tomorrow, because it's really not that much. I didn't want to have to do on Thursday when I'm already there for half a day, and Thursday is one of the busiest clinic days. And when I made these plans, Thursday was not one of the busiest clinic days, but I didn't want to have to tell all my patients for Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. That's a lot of people to have to call in 5 hours while still scheduling. So yeah, that was the point in that, because I would have to tell people for 3 days. Anyways, you don't care about that. You don't care. So first up on the agenda, I have a Nashville TBR and a Sugar and Spice Co. TBR. Sugar and Spice Co. TBR is kind of at a standstill. Nashville TBR begins this week. I have, I believe, 3 audiobooks that I will be pulling from, and I will let you know which one I start with when I choose myself. Good morning. It's still Monday. I feel like I've been saying good morning for an hour and a half, kind of. Anyways, I have obtained 1 coffee, and then I also got a Red Bull Rush with the ice on the side, because I just know that today is going to be a 2 caffeine day. I am exhausted. What happened last night was I got home from Jacksonville. I went to Jacksonville yesterday with my sister. Now we can peep the nails. No, they just look black in this picture. I mean, you can kind of, nope, you can't see them. Okay, well, anyways, I have 2 caffeines today because I was up until freaking basically 1 o'clock last night. I got home. I had to get my shit together for the week, because yesterday I was in Jacksonville, and the day before that, Saturday, I had to drive all the way into town to exchange oil, because I bought the wrong oil, and while I was there I also got coffee. Something's weird about this. I can't tell what it is, but something weird. I made a decision on what I wanted to read first, and I picked It's One of Us, I think is what it's called. Let me check. It's One of Us, and it's by J.T. Ellison. So right now I'm really invested. I can't lie to you. I'm incredibly invested, and I really want to see how it goes. It was really neat to hear about Centennial Park, like have it referenced, because I'm gonna be right by there, so I'm excited. I look so tired. I'm going to do my nails because I have the energy to do that now, all of a sudden, out of nowhere. Probably, if I had to guess, I'd say it's because I fell asleep and then received a phone call. So I'm gonna just show you my nails one final time. Did I stay up far too late last night finishing my nails? Yeah. Are they finished? Yeah. Am I happy with them? Not really. Once again, I seem to have taken some creative liberties when getting ready. I have left the house about the same time as I left yesterday. I gotta get it together. I had to take my eyelashes off. It was causing an irritation in my left eye. I have some medication to put in it. We got Chick-fil-A. It was good. Today was my son's first day of school. He said it was good. I have to do the following things. Wash my face so I can put medication in my eyeball. I have to finish the video, like put it up for today and schedule the one for Saturday. So I gotta work on that. I also really need to be reading, and I'm not. Today is Tuesday. I refuse to bring the same book back to Silent Book Club because that's embarrassing. So last week for Silent Book Club, I brought Small Town Smoke Show, so I have to be reading something else. In other news, I'm about 50% of the way through She's My Kind of Rain, and about 33% of the way through It's One of Us, which means I've only got 2 more Nashville books, and once I finish Small Town Smoke Show, I will have 1 more book that I desperately want to read for the Wild Hearts. So that's my update. I haven't read shit. It's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Silent Book Club day, so I plan to read then, but then Thursday we're leaving, so it's not like I can be reading then. So hey, so in an effort to cut down my TBR a little bit, I started having Alexa read to me like my Kindle books on my phone. It's pretty bad. It's not good at all, but I feel forced. So anyways, I got a package from Amazon. It is gonna be some pre-orders. I know it. I just know it. Pre-order number 1, and the one that I pre-ordered longest ago, we have Defiant King by Rena Kent. Ask me if I have read anything by Rena Kent. No. Do I own The Legacy of Gods? Yep. Do I own The Tempting Venom? Yep. Do I own whatever series just got completed? Yep. This will be the 14th book I own by Rena Kent. Haven't read a single one, but I keep buying them. And then next up we have Bonfires and Bliss bookstore. I bought this because I purchased, oh hey, that's damaged. Hate that. Don't freak out. I picked this up because I purchased Daffodils and whatever the hell, and I hadn't read it yet, and it's got sprayed edges, and it's fall, and I wanted to read it, so that's really all I had. Also, look at her ass. Incredible. I'm no better than a man. Alright, so these are the 2 books that I pre-ordered. These are the 2 books that came to my house today. Ask me what I finished today. Nothing. Ask me what I did accomplish, though. I do have an answer for that. I probably have like 30-ish minutes left of Small Town Smoke Show, and I am roughly 50% of the way through She's My Kind of Rain. I am loving this so much. It's interesting in that this is taking place in like 2000, the year 2000, 2004, and there's pictures in it. So that's cute, adorable, amazing. I am essentially reading this so that I can get to Storm Warning, which is also by Ella Chambers, and this is about a bull rider, and this is what I wanted to read for like my Nashville read. Even though this is not an author I'm meeting there, this was something that I just wanted to read for myself. Because when I go to a new state, I like to try and like set a TBR of books that take place within that state. It's something fun little thing I do. So that is why I am going through this one. This one I'm listening on audio. This one is going to be an actual physical read. I do have my Kindle. I do tend to read faster on my Kindle, so I will likely be picking this up on Kindle. Despite me having physical copies of both of them, they will likely both be read digitally. I have problems. I am ready to get in bed, but I have an update for you. I have finished Small Town Smoke Show. So I did use Alexa to help me get through it. Not that it was like bad. Like when I say help me get through it, I don't mean it like, oh, help me like push to the end. But like I really haven't had much time to physically read, obviously. So I'm happy that I finished this one because it was part of my books I needed to read prior to going to Nashville. Like mentally, I didn't actually have to read it. It was just something that my mental was telling me. So now I have a couple left for the books that the authors have written. I've got Ride the Sky by Ava Hunter and all 3 of the Wrangled, Tethered, Whatever Love by Ann Einerson, and that is what my current read is going to be now that I have completed this one. Wrangled Love will be read on my Kindle. Got it downloaded right here. Still listening to She's My Kind of Rain, as well as It's One of Us. That's my update. I'm going to bed. I have to wash my hair tomorrow. I think I have to wash my hair tomorrow. I have to self-tan tomorrow. I have so much going on. I did pack my stuff, so that's something. I also had to buy a tote bag because all my current tote bags that I own are full of books, which is a side topic, a side note, and pretty gross and disgusting, but I did in fact buy a new tote bag. Good morning. It is Wednesday. I somehow, even though I was up before 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm still leaving at 6:15, which means that I am yet again running late. Not like super late, like calling the cavalry's like you're gonna be fired late. The type of late that's like, this was so unavoidable. You were late for no reason. I've been up for an hour and 30 minutes. I just didn't start getting ready until half an hour ago, which is really stupid of me. There's also somebody like crawling right up my ass for no reason. I'm going faster than the speed limit, sir. Please kindly fuck off. So on the agenda for today is going to be to finish She's My Kind of Rain, my Libby hold for Truth or Beard, I think. It's by Penny Reed. It's the red one. My hold for that came in, so I have borrowed that, which is one of my Nashville reads, and I am still 33% of the way through It's One of Us, and I still have to read at minimum Wrangled Love. So I have a full stacked week, and it is Wednesday, and I leave literally tomorrow. I have to fit a week's worth of reading into today and tomorrow. I'm okay if I Storm Warning, I'm okay if that one like it lingers, and even Truth or Beard and It's One of Us. So I really shouldn't be prioritizing those. If I'm okay with bringing those on my trip and not having read them before I left, I really should prioritize the things I want to read before I leave. But the truth is that Wrangled Love doesn't have an audiobook, and none of the books left have audiobooks, and I just don't have time today to sit down and read physically, with the exception of Silent Book Club, which is happening today. So I technically will have time. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on my lunch break, sit down and start Wrangled Love, so that when I get back to my desk from my lunch break, and if I'm able to press play on like what I would do for an audiobook, I can just have Alexa read in her shitty voice to me. Is that fair? Arrived to Silent Book Club. So I just left Silent Book Club, and I had a really good time once again. My group of people did not shut up when we were supposed to. So what happened was we went and got drinks. Me and my 2 coworkers went and got drinks, and I went back to the table from the bar, and I overheard somebody say something about West Palm Beach, which is where I'm from originally. So I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but like, you said you were from West Palm Beach, and they were like, yeah. And so I met this is the second person at Silent Book Club that I have met that's from South Florida, and to me that's crazy because I'm from South Florida. So anyways, long story short, I brought my 2 coworkers with me, and we met 2 new friends, and we exchanged numbers. I am having the time of my life. Like, this is peak adulting right here. This is living. I'm living. I don't know what anyone else is doing right now, but I personally, I'm living. Am I going to pay for this tomorrow? Abso-fucking-lutely. Because it is 8:40. I still have to put on my self-tanner. I still have to clean out my car. I still have to clean up the house a little bit before we can leave. I have shit I have to do. but I'm living. Like, I am having a good life right now, and I deserve it. I've been through some things that we don't have to talk about because this is a happy vlog. Happy! But I've been through some things. I have dealt with a lot of issues in the past with people, specifically like friends, and it's a good feeling to be able to talk to other people and bond over common interests, even if that common interest is just the binding of a book, because not everyone reads the same type of book. So we're all just book loving people meeting up to read quietly for an hour 2 Wednesdays a month. That's it. Like, it was just that straightforward. Like, just a bunch of book loving people sitting down, bonding over the fact that they all like books, but also finding like things in common aside from books. Like, obviously we all like books, but it was funny because those two girls that I was talking to, they independently met, separate from each other. And then we showed up. And then those two girls and then us three girls independently found out something that we had in common with each one of each other. Like, everyone on that table had something in common with someone else aside from books. And I'm just like, this is peak, bro. I don't see how it gets better than this. Like, I don't see how it gets better. Like, where do you go from here? Like, it's all like, last week I did Silent Book Club and I met an author and I spent time with my sister. This week I did Silent Book Club. I'm going to meet 8 authors on Saturday. I'm going to a bull riding event. Like, I am fucking living. And it feels really good because for the first time in a long time, I have decided to put me first. I have like the smallest little sliver of She's My Kind of Rain left. I know I literally just spoke to you, but this is important. Due to the speed that I listen at, I probably have about 40 minutes left of the book, okay? And this book is so peak early 2000s. I'm having a great time. Also, so I'm one of those people who, like, when they say the title of the book or the title of the movie, I'm like, ah! So he just said She's My Kind of Rain, and I'm having a good time. Like, August is my month, like, outside of work, because work fucking sucked. Like, all week long, it has felt like every single day is a week worth of work that I'm doing. And to some extent I am, because I'm trying to prep to make sure that I don't leave anything undone when I leave tomorrow afternoon. But anyways, I gotta keep this part of the vlog short because I'm literally attaching the travel vlog to this. So I gotta shut my mouth. I'll update you when I finish. Good morning. I woke up at 4:45 and I sat in bed for about 15 minutes. And then I finally got up because I remembered I have to wash off the spray tan, or the self-tanner. So I washed off my self-tanner, proceeded to sit in bed, and I am now leaving at 6:15 despite having been up since 4:45. So that's cute. I also have to stop for gas this morning, or I'm not going to make it there or home. So anyways, off to a great start for Thursday. My stomach hurts pretty bad. I don't know what they did with the Panera last night, but it wasn't good. My stomach hurts. I also, like I said, I did the self-tanner. So if I'm orange, you just mind your business, okay? And I am on my way to work. It is 6:17. I've left though, so that's something. So I'll get to work at 6:48, but I still need to stop for gas and coffee. Like I said, Thursday off to a phenomenal start. I mean, I don't think I could have started this day any worser. We are officially on our way to Nashville. Peep the orange glow. It will look better for Saturday. And that's the thing that I was trying to explain to people. It's like, your self-tan never looks good on the first day or the second day. One more thing. I also finished She's My Kind of Rain, and it was good. It was like a 3-star. I'm more looking forward to Storm Warning, if I'm being honest. So I'm excited that that's my first, or my next read. I've got Truth or Beard also to read. And then I still have like 33% of that. It's One of Us. And I am roughly about halfway through Wrangled Love. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I was saying about my spray tan. It always looks bad the first day. I told everyone that. Okay, it's fine. The second day, it starts to look better. And then the third day, we're fine. This is day 1, baby. Like, day 3 is Saturday. That's peak glow. And that's when the event is. So I did the right thing despite looking incredibly orange right now. Please hear me when I say this. If you are ever in Georgia, go to Hungry AF. That food is so good. First full day in Nashville. We got in about 1 p.m. our time, 12 o'clock Nashville time last night. For some reason, we are up at 6 o'clock Nashville time. So by the time we got to bed, it was like 1 o'clock. And now it is 6 o'clock, so 5 hours. So Garage Sale is a vintage clothing shop specializing in like Y2K and before, and I got this beautiful vintage top that I thrifted. So of course, when in Nashville, you have to do the Country Music Hall of Fame in museums. So this portion is the museum. Once you get to the plaques, that is the actual Hall of Fame. It lists a little bit about the artists and when they were inducted into the Hall of Fame. It was really interesting to see a lot of these pieces. Next up, we went to Slow Burn, which is a bookstore in Nashville, Tennessee. It's beautiful, by the way. Saw some bowls. The one on the left is called Chief Wahoo. The one on the right is custard. Then it was important for me to do a shot of whiskey at Rippy's in Tennessee, where there was live music playing. Next up, we went to a Taco Bell where there was live music playing at a Taco Bell in Nashville. You cannot make this shit up.
There's this movie that I think you like. It's got us out to quit his job and head to New York City.
So my husband left his boots at home, so we had to go get him boots because obviously we're in Nashville, and he got a voucher for free tickets to go to the PBR. So we got to go on Friday night by ourselves, and then on Saturday with Sugar and Spice Co. for Wild Heart. So with the voucher, we were supposed to get sort of the lesser quality tickets, but somehow our free ticket voucher ended up getting us so close to the shoots, which was crazy to me. We actually ended up having sort of worse seats when we had our paid tickets. Listen, I'm not going to complain about these free tickets.
Everywhere you look, welcome into the opening night. It is the Nashville Stampede Days. Glad to have everybody here with us. Clint Atkins, Chris Rankin, and folks, I don't know if you've heard about this, but the #1 team in the league right now is the Nashville Stampede, and they are rocking. Let's talk about a lot of great things that are happening in the PBR Team Series. Yeah, that is right. All roads lead to Las Vegas, and that is home to the PBR Team Series Championship, November 6th to the 8th. In all sound that you're hearing is the sound of American bull power and the real heavy engine. Buckle up, Nashville, because it is time for the real opening ceremony. Waste a whole lot of time inside that bucket shoot. Now you're on the clock. Oh, down to 5, 4, 3. You gotta go. 1. And in they for the waste. Here we go. Oh. Florida Freedom. Time to take the high road with Blake Sharp and Hank. Woo! He is a dandy of a bucking bull right here. And man, when you can connect, you're going to be some big scores. And right now, Florida, they need 2 things. They need an 8-second ride to take the lead back away from Oklahoma. Because, man, we are now in the heart of the order, and that old pressure, that old temperature is starting to rise for Florida. Well, when he is made to whistle Nashville. He has put big scores on the board this season. 88.05 and 89.15. And Campo has to get it right on the high road today. Joel, you were on the PBR shoot clock. Here we go. That is not what the freedom we can see happen today from Joel Lucas Campo. Not in the game plan. Season ago, the titles. Folks, that is the man that raised and owned riding solo. That is Mr. Corinne McCoy. He is up there doing television right here. That is a live shot of Corinne McCoy and the owner of that. The horse soldier, racing the MVP, a three-time PBR world champion, Nashville. This is Jose Vitorlini. $8.4 million riding bulls in the PBR, right? Yeah. And I believe by the time he calls it a career, he's 29. Who knows how long ago? I think he'll go 11, 12 million. Here we go. Nashville, are you ready? Gotta have it. Has one career walk-off ride in his young career. Nashville, I need you to hear you. I need you to get some energy going in this building. It's time to do it. The Cowboy. Now on to the right of the Stampede. Gotta go, Cowboy. Gotta go. Here we go. Come on. Upside down, just looking for something that does it. I give her more money, ain't nobody saying nothing. Change or no change.
This has to be one of the most unflattering angles, but last night I got to go to night one of the PBR event. We ended up getting a voucher with the boots that my husband bought because he left his at home, and with that voucher they were supposed to give us like the shitty tickets, like the nosebleeds, and somehow the guy doing it messed up, gave us really good seats. So my view from that is probably going to be a little bit better than what is coming for tonight. But I am getting ready for the Wild Hearts event right now. I am so excited. I've been on Instagram looking at everybody else, and they're like, oh, kind of chic to stay in Nashville. Girl, yes, I know, me too. And somebody brought their book boyfriend. I brought my book husband, and I'm just really excited. So it's like about 9 o'clock that we want to try and get to downtown Nashville because parking is atrocious. So 9 a.m. is the goal. We've got to stop and get coffee elsewhere. They're having like a coffee truck there, but I don't know, man. I don't trust coffee anymore because if that's my only option and I get burned, I'm going to be in a bad mood all day because I was up hella late last night because we went to a club after the PBR thing. So, yep. I am tired at best. So since I actually got to Nashville, I have not read anything. I listened to a little bit of the audiobooks on my way in. Oh, that's not true. I listened to Truth or Beard while I was getting ready yesterday. So I have listened to something, but most of the books have gone unread, and the worst part about that was I really was hoping to get a little bit of Storm Warning read, because Storm Warning is about a bull rider, and no relevance to the PBR event. As far as the authors, I read at least one book from everyone except for Ann Einerson. She didn't have audiobook options, so she ended up, kind of falling to the wayside. I started listening, or I started reading on my Kindle, and I got I'm maybe 50% of the way through, but for everyone else, I read the entire series that's associated with the event. So everyone, except for Corinne Michaels, had a series that was featured as part of, when you enter the arena, you get a book based off of your selection, and hers was all of those books are parts of series, except for Corinne Michaels. That was her first book in a series. So anyways, I have read from everyone except for, no, I've read from everyone, because I read from Ann Einerson in the past. I just didn't finish Wrangle Love series. So, and a new series just got announced with one of the characters that is in that book, so I'm really excited about that because I liked that character quite a bit. So I'm gonna wrangle myself right about the store because I think it's close to 7:30 right now, and we have to eat breakfast. We're at one of those hotels that gives you free breakfast, so I've got to get breakfast and I've got to find coffee, so we're gonna do that now. So we each got one free book, which means I got 2 free books. And then playing in the background is Butter and Grit. They're going to be on America's Got Talent this August, so they're incredible. You should listen.
Your pink pony girl, and you dance at the club. Oh, just having fun on stage in my heels is where I belong down at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing down in West Hollywood. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club.
So we have the book that was included in the ticket, and then the next thing is author panels, followed by meet and greets and photo opportunities. And so we started with the author panels.
Hi, hello everyone, and welcome to Wild Hearts. If you don't know me, hi, my name is Christina. I'm the owner of Sugar and Spice Book Co., and I am so excited to have you all here today with us. When we dreamt up Wild Hearts, we wanted to create something that brought everything we love about cowboy romance off the page and into real life. This event has been months in the making, and we are so thankful to everyone who helped make this happen. We have such a fun day ahead of us, but I know what you're really here for, so let's get Wild Hearts started and welcome our authors to the stage. To do that, I would love to introduce you to a dear friend of mine. You may know her as Paige in Print on social media. Everybody welcome Paige!
Absolutely incredible. We have another incredible panel that's going to be led by my dear friend Anna here in a moment. So I'm so excited. Yeah, join me, Corinne. Incredible, guys.
I fall off the back of this? No.
Well, yeah. Amazing. Cowboys, and what has been your favorite thing about riding them?
So I love small town, so I wanted to keep it similar. And I grew up around cowboys, so I was like, oh, I can do that. And I love a good dirty talking cowboy, so why not? And I also love riding animals, so that was really easy to incorporate all the fun animals. Like in Wrinkle Love, there's a fainting goat named Ziggy, which is really fun. Or Nugget, who lays eggs around the house, places it on the house.
Especially with your upcoming release of Chase Me Cowboy, which is described as a country romance with cowboy music. What was your inspiration behind the book, and what has it been like exploring the country music angle of Western cowboy romance?
So this book, not to be a downer, but this book kind of came from a place of creative burnout for me, which is a little bit strange to say starting a book, but it is very much, if you haven't read it, it's the story of a country music singer, songwriter, producer who's experiencing extreme burnout, basically fatigue from just working constantly, producing constantly. And the story is very much not necessarily about country music as a whole, but more about what it meant to him on that journey and what grounds him, what he found very important in it. And so, of course, you know, they are on a road trip from Wyoming to Nashville, so, you know, very fitting. And that was the main inspiration of just like taking a step back and figuring out what it kind of means, what it meant to him, I guess, personally. And I would say the second book, Chase Me Cowboy, the upcoming one, is very much the same, except it's more about her journey. Like his journey is back, like out of the music industry, and hers is more towards it. So yeah, that was kind of the inspiration behind that and what that, I guess, means for those books.
I love that, that's amazing. A bit about the Crown women. What is your favorite thing about all three of them?
Oh, okay. So we knew these questions before, but I on purpose didn't think about the answer, and I don't know if this is going to be a disaster or beautiful, so I warn you. I don't know, I think we read romance because we are romantics, and there is something wildly romantic about falling in love with both main characters, and to me, it just felt really important if I was going to do a series that was based on three sisters in a town that treated them like outsiders. How was I going to make you fall in love with the women just as hard as they were falling in love with their MC? And when I write women, I want to be them, be their best friend. I want to have a freaking crush on them. Yes. And that's how I feel about the women I've written so far. So the Crown Girls, it's a very heavy matriarch named Birdie who runs that shit. And she has her own special, I don't know, without giving away any spoilers, her own special brand of dishing it back to the man. And each of the women are very strong, and I think what's really compelling about them is the fact that you can see yourself maybe in one or every one of them. Wynn is the first sister in Rumors and Whiskey, and she is on a hell of a ride. She was taken by a serial unaliver, and it's her journey back home when she's able to return. And she's healed at that point. She feels healed, and then she goes back to a town she thought she would never return to, and what that life might feel like. So for her, it was like figuring out how to survive. For the other two sisters, they're just both a wild ride. Stevie's the youngest, and she's gonna say whatever the hell she wants. She runs a podcast about true crime and drinking whiskey. And the middle sister hands out shots on a shot swing, and they're just a good time. So, I don't know, what do I do with the women? I want to feel the things with them the same way I want to fall in love with the male and female lead.
Incredible.
Hey! Hello. If I could have Ava, Amber, Luna, and Holly come on down. If somebody trips, put your phones down. Safety first, please. It's longer than you think. Let's go down the line first, and if you could introduce yourself, tell us how you got into the author space and why cowboy romance. Amber?
I mean, I think we should start down there since I had to walk down first. Yeah.
Amber, everybody cheer for Amber. I think it's all you, Amber. Okay. So I'm Amber Palmer. I started out in romantasy, paranormal, and then I was strong-armed into cowboys, and it's been the best ride. I'm having the most fun. I feel like I've really found my space, my niche. My first series, Black Springs Ranch, that one is tried and true. Cowboys follows three sisters living on a ranch in Texas. And then my newest series, Pinecrest Ridge, that one is more small town western feels, so not cowboys, but cowboy adjacent, and it's all in the same universe, so you get a little fun overlap. Woo! Thank you. Holly, since you forced Amber to go first.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Holly Renee. I've been writing for 11 years, I think, and I started with contemporary romance, went into romantasy, and now I'm doing a little of both, so romantasy and cowboy romance. And I wrote Cowboy Casual and Small Town Smoke Show. So a lot of people will take the claim of why I write cowboys. Like, if you all know Lauren, who assists me, she always says it's her doing. And some of it's a little of Amber's doing, and my sister, but my mom has been a long time cowboy lover. Modest Ripper cowboy books, and so she's here tonight, so she's up there somewhere. So she has always asked me for a man in chaps, so I had to give it to her. We love to see it. Luna, if you want to go next.
I'm Luna. I write, well, mainly Mafia. I've kind of spun it together with cowboys because I thought it would be fun. That's how I guess, started this whole thing, so it would have been 3-ish years ago. I wanted a box set that was also a hitman, and I thought, well, I'm just going to smash that together because it doesn't exist that I know of. And then I've just carried that on and ended up in cowboys, but people seem to like my cowboys kind of better than everything else. So I'm like, I'm just going to keep writing the cowboys. So yeah, that's kind of how I got here by accident.
Hi, I'm Ava Hunter, and I started writing about romance about 6 years ago, and I started with my Nashville Star series about cowboys in Nashville and their singers, so like small town. And the very last book, the heroine had some brothers, and I wanted to start getting into cowboy romance, sending them in Montana because I'm from Montana. And yeah, I have a couple of rom-coms, but cowboy romance is where it's at for me. And yeah.
It's kind of in my head, and as I'm writing them, and I think some part I've got bits of me in each character, so it's kind of easy to tug on that and use that in a way that kind of, it makes them feel well-rounded. You relate so much to them, so I do.
Pro tip, ladies, drag your non-bookish husband to bookish events and you get his book, his meet and greet. So I got to meet all 8 of the authors, did a little bit of shopping at Sugar and Spice Book Co. And then after that, I got to try some Dolly Sangria. I did a little bit of shopping at Sephora. I got a Patrick Ta lip gloss. We went to the Johnny Cash Museum where I was promptly told I could not video record, only take photos. So here are the photos that I took, starting with his early life, and then in the decades, we've got the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Then we got the 90s and the 2000s, and then he served in the military, and then some of his greatest hits, some things like guitars and stuff, and then some outfits, some clothing, and then some awards, obviously, tons of awards for Johnny Cash, couple videos that we got to watch, and then some places where other authors or other artists got to borrow bits and pieces of Johnny Cash's stuff, some furniture from Johnny Cash and June's house, more clothing that Johnny Cash wore, and some art that he did, some authoring, some, believing in Jesus, and then the chair that was famous for the I Hurt Myself Today music video, and then his crucifix ring, and then finally into PBR once again.
PBR Team Series! Winning us from Nashville Tennessee. It is indeed a dangerous game that we play tonight, so we invite you, if you're willing and able, to please rise with us. And gentlemen, remove cover and join us. It is a career that has lasted over 20 years. The young lady on the back of that horse is a veteran of the United States Border Patrol and presenting our nation's colors. This is the lovely Katie Griffith. And now, to sing our national anthem, country music recording artist, the lovely and talented voice. Stop it, here we go! Oh boy, Chris, I'm not sure what a cherry chew is, but he is chewed up. I stand corrected. Yep. He is 21-0. Finally got his season kicked off. A monster 90.2 on Joker. And coming into last night, he was 0 for 8. Yep. And now is the time to keep that train rolling. Yeah. If you're a 21-year-old Kate Matson. Absolutely, all about momentum. And I'm going to challenge anybody in Tennessee to see if they can pronounce the name of this bull. All right, I got you. All right, we'll get to that in just a second. I'm going to give you guys the time of the ride to figure it out. Kate Matson, here we go. It's gonna come up. Whoa! Oh yeah. How many 80s people are here with us tonight? We all help the younger people here on this one. Well, get your vocal cords warmed up. I want to hear you.
Little ditty about Jack and Dick. Two American kids growing up.
Nice.
Jackie gonna be Diane's debutante backseat. Oh, Jackie's car.
Hello, gentlemen. Good-looking people in the crowd tonight.
Sucking on chili dog outside. Diane said on Jackie's lap, got his hands between his knees. Jackie said, hey Diane, there's one on 100 trees. Dribble off those body brooks now.
Yeah, it's lined up, we'll see if you can't do it.
Oh yeah!
Let me hear you. There you go, you're on the clock, Manny. Ticking.
Oh yeah!
There you go, you are down. Not gonna need it, here we go. Oh no! What? Is a big old bovine Bex. Last night, he was the only man in the starting lineup that put a score on the board for Florida. Right away. Last minute adjustments. Here we go. This is Ethan Winkler. Now his first season with Florida Freedom. And man, so far, when they have called on this young man, he has delivered. Oklahoma City, he was a monster, 90.45. And for Florida to win the game today, they have to be better than 88.05. Nashville, are you still with us? All right, Winkler, shoot clock is started. It's up to you. Get it right and get out of there. No! Texas is gonna win! The charge for Austin going on 5 seasons now. 27-year-old that we call Mr. 90 Point. Texas, this is Dalton Castle. And a bull named Get You Some from Blake Sharp and K&S Bucket Bulls. Man, and here is a bull that has been ridden 50% of the time in his career in the PBR. 24 hours ago, Castle, he was 87.9. Come on, Dalton. Let's get it done.
Oh my God.
What's up? This PBR shoot clock is starting, Cole. Not gonna waste it. Here we go. Feel the magic. The name of the bull, it is Cliff. Here we go. Shoulders of the 27-year-old Brazilian superstar Eric Domingo. Get it right, Eric. Make sure it's perfect. The shoot clock is started. 25 seconds to play with. Let's go! Oh!
Immediately following the PBR event, we were allowed to go on to the dirt, which was an incredible experience. As somebody who watches PBR outside of this, I am so blessed. Suite. So here it is on the day we leave from my bed. Look, is it even a road trip if you don't take photos and videos in the daylight? Next up, we went to Chattanooga Coffee Co. Delicious, but now in Georgia, there was one bookstore that I did not go to for my birthday vlog, and that was All the Tropes because they were closed. So I was so excited when I asked my husband if he would take me, and he said yes. So here is All the Tropes. As I had kind of mentioned, all of the authors had a book that was featured as included in the ticket. So one of the ones that I selected was Untamed by Luna Mason. And then the other one that I had selected was Rumors and Whiskey by Victoria Wilder, which is the author of the Bourbon Boys series. I ended up selecting these two as our books for the ticket. I am quite excited about them, primarily because I get to own a physical copy of Untamed by Luna Mason, and also this one is signed. So that was my thing. And then when I went to meet Victoria Wilder, she had some stickers there, so I have some stickers from her table, and any stickers by or from that author I ended up putting in the books so that I could remember to mention them as I went through. So this is sort of serving as the haul portion. So this is Victoria Wilder's little initials here, and then this is the other sticker that was included, and these will go in my sticker book, but for now I will leave them in here. And here is our signature, and now they've fallen on the floor. As I mentioned, I did not own a physical copy of Ann Einerson's Wrangled Love. I did end up picking it up from the event, and then like I said, when the authors were there, some of them had a little sticker set or, you know, like a bookmark or something that I ended up getting to take from each one. So how it worked was there was the author panel in the morning, and then we got to do meet and greets, and you got 3 little tickets from your wristband, and each ticket was good for priority line for one of the authors, and there was 8 total there. So I got lucky because my husband didn't care to meet any of the authors, so I got to meet them all. And so this was the one from Ann Einerson. This was a little sticker set from her. So I've got the In My Ann Einerson Era, and then a little bookmark, and then another little bookmark, and then a printout, and then all of the books that Ann Einerson has written, which I've actually read a couple of these and I didn't know it. I read Dreaming of a Cowboy Christmas and a couple of the Aspen Grove series. So that's pretty cool. I didn't realize how much I had read by Ann Einerson, but I had apparently read quite a bit. I ended up setting up something where you could pre-order some books. So I ended up pre-ordering one from every single author, so that I could get one book from each author with the signature. So with these 2, I didn't pre-order anything by Victoria Wilder because I had this one. But with Luna Mason, I did in fact pre-order her second book because I wanted it, and that one is Unleashed. So this one is also signed right here. And wow, that is so good. I really, really loved Untamed, so I can't wait to get into Unleashed. And then, oh, look at that. Wow. Oh, she's in here too. Wow. I loved this book. I really did. That was, I think that was a 5-star. It might have been a 5-star, not a 4-star. Anyways, I'm excited to get into Unleashed. Here's the wristband I was mentioning. They had 3 little tickets on there for meet and greets. Here is something from the event that I didn't get to show you yet. It's in the pattern of a bandana, and then on the back is all of the author signatures, which I thought were really cute. I also grabbed All Too Well by Corinne Michaels. I didn't really have like an insane interest in this one. It was mostly to get the signature of our wonderful Corinne Michaels. So this is the first book in a series that's been out for some time. I don't actually know how long, but it's been out for a while. So let's see. She's got so many series. So many. Look at this. 2 pages. 1 and 2. And then here's her signature. One More Round by Amber Palmer. This was the author of the Through the Pines, Through the Dust. And so this is the new series, and this was one of the ones that I had pre-ordered. We've got signature here, and then on her table was this little postcard right here, which is from Through the Dust, and then this one right here, which is from Make It a Double, which is the second book in this series. And then the next book that I grabbed, there wasn't anything by Holly Renee that I didn't already own, cowboy related, so I grabbed Touch of a Villain by Holly Renee. And on Holly Renee's table there was a ton of stickers, and I made sure that I was able to take them, and she said yeah, have at it. So I got to get signature in here, and this is I think it's like dark romance, not cowboy, but it's dark, so I'm here for that. And then I got the Cowboy Lover sticker, But Daddy He's a Cowboy, Holly Renee Hell Raisin, or Raisin Hell, Holly Renee, and then June's Jams, which is a prominent fixture in both of her cowboy romance books. So I was pretty excited about that. I'm going to put those in my sticker book because I've come to the conclusion as a 32-year-old lady, I quite like stickers and I quite like collecting them. So I have a little sticker book that I purchased. These are from the bookstores that I've been to, and then these are just general stickers that I've purchased or have been given to me at coffee shops or book events. So anyways, long story short, I have a sticker book as an adult. I don't know what that says about me, but I checked with other adults to make sure it was kosher, and they said it was fine. So I don't know why you're judging me. And last up for the books that I pre-ordered prior to the event is Hit the Road, Cowboy romance about country music. And this one is also signed by the author Raya Morris Edwards. And then this one, I got a bookmark with this book here. So these are the 8 books that I purchased from the event with the authors in attendance. However, Sugar and Spice was set up inside of the arena, and I did obtain a few more books. I forgot there was one book called Whiskey Burn by Ava Hunter that I didn't get because it was on back order, but I did get this postcard here. And then I also got a bunch of stickers from her table as well. Runaway Ranch, and then In My Runaway Ranch Era, and then Charlie Davis, Ford, and Wyatt, Runaway Ranch. So those were, this one will end up being shipped to my house. So that was the final book that I pre-ordered. And then I also pre-ordered some merch, which I will save. I'll talk about the books that I added to my cart, or added to my collection once I was already in the building, because like I said, they were set up there. We'll start with this one here. This I've had my eyes on for some time, by the Bootstraps. I haven't picked it up yet, and I saw it there and I was like, it's cowboy themed, because I was only going to allow myself to pick up cowboy stuff while I was at this thing. And so By the Bootstraps by Alexa Martin. I believe I've read a couple books by Alexa Martin in the past and I enjoyed them. So cowboy, yes please. And then I also grabbed Secrets and Spurs by Holly Lucky. This is an author that I have read from in the past and really enjoyed. So I obviously wanted to grab one of her books while I was there. And then apparently this book released very recently and somehow they had it. So I ended up grabbing Sunday's Best by Bailey Hannah. And all of these are cowboy adjacent. And I am quite pleased with my purchases that I added on. I also got a sticker, which is right here, so this will get to go in my sticker book as well. And so that concludes the book portion of Wild Hearts. And now we can talk about the excess goodies. So I did get 2 of these postcards because like I said, my husband went too, so I got 2 of everything. And then I did pre-order some merch. Start with the hat. This I ended up buying there because I wasn't sold on it when I was looking at it online, and so I was like, if it's there when I get there, maybe I'll get it if I like the way it looks. So I did end up grabbing it while I was there. And then I also got, these are the things I pre-ordered. I got a bandana, Wild Hearts, Nashville, Tennessee, Sugar and Spice Co. Very cute. And then the official shirt of the Wild Hearts event was this one right here. Very cute. I quite love it. And then we went to obviously the actual PBR event. So I also got a shirt from the PBR because, I mean, dude, when in Rome, right? So I got Can't Be Tamed, and I really love it. I really love it. I kind of want to get another one. Like I kind of want to get like a boys one because the girl options were very pink, and like I get that the whole event was pink, so it's like I can't be like to pink, but I don't know. I want one with like a bowl on it. And like this one has a bowl on it, but I don't know. I'm happy with this one, but looking back, I probably should have gotten a second one. And then while we were in Nashville, we went to a couple of other places. Both of these books will get their own video, but I did want to touch on it since it's included in the video. At the end, I did go to a little coffee store called Chats, Chattanooga, Tennessee. So that was on our way out of the area, and I do like to get my shirts whenever I can. And then I went to, while in Nashville, I went to Slow Burn, which is a bookstore, and I got, these were on my radar and have been for some time. So when I saw that they were local authors, I grabbed them, and each one has a little sticker in it, so that's exciting. So I got the first one and I got the second one. So I've got Howl Hunt And this one has a little something in it as well. It's got a little sticker in there. All of them are signed. And then Haunch is the newest one that came out. It's a little ghost romance. So I did obtain those 3. I was only going to grab one, but my husband was like, but they're all signed, so you should just get them. So I did. And then I also got one in Rome, one in Cowboy romance, another one. This one is a dark cowboy romance. I believe it's about a, for some reason, I think it's about maybe like a body is found in the woods, in the snow. I don't know. Cowboy romance, and it's dark. And then this one was short, and I've been really enjoying like little short ones when I pick the short ones up from bookstores, because this is something that probably never would have been on my radar. And this is sort of like a Halloween one, so it's about that time, so I grabbed it. And then on the way back, when I went to Georgia, there was one bookstore that I did not get to go to because they were closed for weather. So I went and got some books from All the Tropes, and I did get a t-shirt, which I'm not allowed to have until after I read one of the books minimum. There's the front, there's the back, and then the books that I grabbed from this one was a Far Cry from the, oh, I got a bookmark from here too. Where's that at? From Slow Burn, I got this bookmark and this sticker. I do like to collect my little stickers from all of the little bookstores that I go to. So there's that. And then back to All the Tropes. I went to All the Tropes, and I didn't really mean to, but I pretty much went the farthest I could from cowboy romance. So this one is like a urban fantasy, I guess. I don't know. There was a motorcycle on it, and I do like a motorcycle. And I kind of picked ones with like little goodies in them. So this one is a self-published book, and it had a little bookmark and a little printout of the characters, and it's called Riding Nerdy, and the title just appealed to me. And then apparently I was on a weather kick, so I got In Stormy Weather by Chelsea Curto, and this one had a little postcard in it, and it also has a bookmark and a little signed book plate. And then I also got, I think I saw somebody on Instagram say that this was their favorite book of the year, and it broke their heart. So I grabbed Chase Me Down, or Chase Me If You Can by Heather Francis. And this one also has a little signed book plate. And then I also got a bookmark from All the Tropes, and of course a little sticker. I forgot to mention that I also got this. It's a cock mark. I got this from All the Tropes. So that concludes my sort of Nashville vlog. So tell me, what would you ever go to one of these things, like a little PBR, little PBR romance kind of little event? Like I said, if there was anybody that this event was for, bitch, it's me, because bull riding and cowboy romance, fantastic. Give me 14 of them.
Spectacular. Give me 14 of them right now.
This is going to be like the tiny little itty bitty things that I picked up along the way. I got this for free from a little post outside of the PBR, and then I went to the Country Music Hall of Fame, and I obtained, they had physical printout tickets, which is, honestly, these are perfect bookmark sizes. So we've got a Miss Reba McEntire on this one, and then Merle Travis's Big Speed guitar on this one. And at the Nashville Country Music Hall of Fame, I ended up grabbing this bookmark here. Country Music Hall of Fame, it's very Nashville, very, very Nashville coded. It is a stamped foil bookmark, and it's got a little tassel. And I also got a sticker that says Nashville, and I got another sticker that says Country Music Hall of Fame on it. It's very, I can't hardly see the words that are on it, but I liked it. And I also went to the Johnny Cash Museum, and I got 2 printout tickets from that, and that is also perfect bookmark sizing. And I got a sticker, Johnny Cash Museum sticker. And then the last thing, this is the commemorative ticket style bookmarks from the Wild Hearts event. I love these so much, and I just, all the little trinket shit, I love it. I love this stuff right here. And then obviously I love the stickers and like these little things here that are they actually bookmarks? No, but am I going to treat them like one? Yes. So I just got like a bunch more bookmarks. So I am a happy camper, and I had an amazing weekend. That is my Nashville vlog. Let's now go back into the books that I read for this Nashville trip that I like to do. So I did in fact finish It's One of Us. It was a 3-star. It wasn't the best thing I've ever read. Truth or Beard was a 3-star. This one is a accidental sort of encounter. So she's madly in love with one of the twins, and one of the twins walks up to her and it's the wrong twin, but they get a little freaky. This one is about a woman who's having fertility issues, and her husband back in the day donated a bunch of sperm, and now one of the babies that was conceived from his sperm donations is out killing. And then the last two, She's My Kind of Rain. Specifically, I want to bring this one up and mention this one because this one focuses heavily on the music industry and talking about like playing live music, and it was very, as much as this one was only to read this one, I got more out of this one than, obviously I didn't even finish this one, so I got more out of this one than I was expecting, because as you may have been able to see, literally, live music is everywhere in Nashville. Music City, obviously, but like it is everywhere. I mean, there was a fucking band playing at a Taco Bell. So I could imagine like being in that sort of town and like how you want to get discovered, but there's literally music every 10 feet. So anyways, long story short, I got quite a bit out of this. As far as Storm Warning, I have not completed it, and I wish that I had, because it is bull riding, but I digress. Of all of these books that I have mentioned, which is your favorite? Have you read any of these? Tell me all the things in the comments down below. Do you know of any Nashville related books? Because dude, I'm ready to go back to Tennessee. I would move there tomorrow if I could, I think. But oh, one more thing. I made a bookmark. It is buried under all of these things. I made a bookmark from all the pictures that I got to take with the authors. So I will treasure this bookmark forever. Anyways, you tell me in the comments down below, what was your favorite part of this vlog? Do you like travel? Do you like to read books from the places that you travel to? Or is it just me? Am I just the weird one? Like I said, have you read any of these books? Which is your favorite? Can you recommend any bull riding books to me? Let me know all the things in the comments down below, and I will see you very soon for another video.